The social part and me, what's big for me, I don't like people talking to me any kind of way. That's a trigger for me. So I like to see how somebody
trigger for you. Like what happened? What did it remind you? You said trigger.
It reminds me of growing up. You know, love my mom to death, and she's a little more harsh with her delivery. So if I'm dating somebody who has a delivery similar, I'm just like, you ain't gonna be talking to me like I'm a boy.
There's nothing wrong with having trauma. We all do. You need to do something about it. Come on, unpack your trauma with it.
She's 18. I'm 28. So
well then, yeah. Okay,
right, I'm talking to her, so I'm like, man, I really like her, and I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. So I go and I buy 2 outfits. So this is when I first did this. I bought a pants outfit. It was like sand gold with black speckles in it, and so how I wrapped it up, I said, hey, I want to do a photo shoot because I'm a photographer. So she said, okay. So I had her land on the rocks in one of the outfits, and it came out really nice and whatnot. I said, okay, and just having conversations with her, she was really cool. She was just young. That's not a fault, a bad thing. Yeah. You know, now looking at it, if financially I was in a different place, said, you know, I can mold this person because she was moldable. She was that way. The highlight of her life at that time had been the prom and after prom. That was it. That was the plateau. Yeah. So we're talking conversations, and I'm telling her about, oh yeah, I done been to Bahamas, Cancun, I did these things, and like she's like, oh wow, you know. So I asked her out again. I let her know. I said, hey, you know, I want to take you to a nice restaurant, Long Beach or whatnot. And, you know, I probably had one, you know, like dinner suit on. I just kind of threw that out there. And so when I got to the door, so I had this brown Nehru collar.
She had Sailor Moon on you?
Huh? Oh, no. Oh, no. That's what I'm saying. Actually, if you're out there and you're listening, hey, yeah, I give you A+. I had a brown Nehru collar, bandit collar suit, kind of Asian style. It was clean. You know, I'm going to dinner. So I'm like, oh, Lord, right? And when the door opened, talked to her mom, and she comes out, she had her after prom dress on. I found that out later. It matched my suit to a T. She didn't know what color I was wearing. It was chocolate. It was satin. It was very feminine, flowy. She had her hair pent up with a little trio, you know. I went, okay. I was really proud of her. I went, okay, all right, you're a quick learner. You're a quick learner. So she came out like, you know, grown woman, and we had a very nice dinner. It was romantic. It was really nice. And I broke off with her because I felt, one, it was getting close to being intimate. Her parents were going on to Europe. Her mom was in the medical field, and her dad was he was a scientist, actually.
Oh, wow.
Really? They were going to the UK, and I felt like, you know, the kissing was getting passionate, and I felt like we were going to go to that level. And I thought about her. I really liked her. I said, she's so young. I'm divorced. I got 2 girls. I would hate to drag her down that path. I really didn't want to do that to her. I hope she understands now, you know, that I made the right choice. And I told her the truth, how I felt about it, and man, she cried. Man, I never seen a woman cry like that.
So you just didn't walk away?
Huh?
You told
her.
I
told her. I didn't ghost her.
Okay.
No, I really liked her personality.
Nice.
Like I said, financially, if I'd have been in a different situation, I probably would still work.
I don't know. I feel bad for that.
Oh, well, yeah, no. I broke her heart. I can see her way of thinking. I'm an older guy. I got different life experiences. I'm exciting and new to her. I buy her clothes. You know, I'm treating her like a lady.
And she was trying to.
And yes.
She's trying
to. She came up quick. I said, well, I really like her, but I saw we was going to get physical, and I didn't want to do that.
And then leave her.
And leave. Yeah. And this don't work out. And you know what I mean?
Y'all hear this, man? This is so good.
I'm being honest.
You want to date again, want to get back in the heart, but you didn't want to hurt her.
No, I did not.
That was good.
And so I told her the truth. Everything I'm telling you right now, I told her that. And she cried and cried and cried, and we took her home. And all I can hope was to the day that when her parents came home, they said he did the right thing. You know, and when she matured, it's like, okay, he didn't just have sex with me and roll out. Because I didn't want to be that guy.
That guy.
You know. But like I said, if things had been different financially because I knew I wasn't a place to
So
take her
was
on.
she your first person you dated after divorce?
Think.
And then what you talk about? So what? How you know?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay,
she
all right.
was.
So you just getting back in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. You start up.
That was bold for me to stop and
some
talk to
people
somebody.
use their person part of their healing, and regardless of how it was going to hurt her, just to get your fix out of it.
True.
Yeah. So how was you at the first date?
So dating, I told you initially I dated based like this person is providing something that I didn't get in the past.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it started off. Now I'm very intentional.
Okay.
Very intentional. Dating is gathering data.
Yes.
Good. That's like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I ask very questions. My questions are tailored to understand who you are as a person.
Mm-hmm.
What your life is like. What do you like to do for fun? Because for me, it's alignment and connection is the most important thing that I'm looking for. After I'm attracted to you, I need to make sure that we are connected and aligned. Because I don't want a roommate.
Right.
I want a companion.
Right.
So that would look for things you have in common.
Right. Absolutely.
That's the social aspect.
The social part and me, what's big for me, I don't like people talking to me any kind of way. That's a trigger for me. So I like to see how somebody
trigger for you. Like what happened? What did it remind you? You said trigger.
It reminds me of growing up. You know, love my mom to death. And she's a little more harsh with her delivery. So if I'm dating somebody who has a delivery similar, I'm just like, you ain't gonna be talking to me like I'm a boy. You know what I mean? That's my trigger, and I let it be known when I'm talking. Like so when I say intentional too, I tell people about me, what my do's and don'ts and likes or dislikes are. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, disagreements. That's what I was trying to get to. I like to see how people disagree.
That's good. That's good too.
Do you hit below the belt? You call out names? Do you hold grudges?
Right.
How do you find that out from
first
gathering data at the beginning?
First conversation, and then I watch.
Okay.
A lot of watching.
Yeah, because I'm supposed to be lying. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No. So dating after divorce, take your time.
Right.
You know, as far as like, make sure you know the person. I've been in situations where like I'm like, oh, I think I might marry this person. I got that far deep into it, and there were some things in that relationship I knew was going to lead to a divorce.
Okay.
Because the way they handled
finances,
disagreements.
Okay, gotcha.
Right, and that's major.
It was violent, and I don't do that. I don't do that.
I couldn't be violent.
And this is what, and it almost discouraged me from dating. Because I was like, how can I be this close to someone, this connected, this aligned? Like everything is just checking off the boxes. We're helping each other. Like she helped me heal even more. Like showed me more of how to be a man for a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like walking in my masculinity. You know, those are things that were really taught to me growing up. And then for that to happen, I was just like,
what like, and
goodness gracious.
I don't know who the person talking to.
No.
So like, what? Like they start coming at you, like talking to you rough. What do you mean?
No, we had a disagreement, and you know, I guess was it gradual? I mean, they always was kind of a feisty person, and I knew that stemmed from their own trauma.
Okay,
right. So I guess that could have been a red flag right there for me to exit. And then it, like I said, it got physical, like a slap.
Oh, it is. Did they say? Did they ever apologize?
Yes.
Did they ever want to get counseling?
They were in counseling.
Okay, look.
No. This is real life. This stuff happens. This is real life.
What about couples counseling?
We didn't go to couples counseling. We talked about it.
Because it sounded like you had so much going. You ever think about maybe couples counseling? Because she clearly didn't know how to resolve conflict, so hers was like physical.
Because that's how she
hit people. They hit me. I hit. Yeah.
That's what she grew up in.
Okay.
That's what she saw all the time.
Do you think that could have been fixed?
Possibly.
Did you want to work on
it? So I did forgive her because we talked about it, and when it happened the second time, that's when I said nope, because this is going to end bad. I don't put my hands on women wherever the camera is, but I'm human at the end of the day.
Right.
What if she caught me on a bad day and I snapped?
Right.
We're all human.
Right.
So I didn't want to put myself in that situation.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, so that's when it was time for me to exit.
Okay.
And know this too when you're dating after divorce or dating before divorce. Everybody's not for you, and you're not for everybody, and it's
That's
okay.
True. Yeah,
it is okay. Don't because I used to be that dude like, oh man, she didn't like me. Now I'm all distraught.
Yeah.
When I was younger, no, it's okay. Oh, thank you. Actually, you're doing me a favor.
That's right.
Yeah, everybody's not for you. Yeah,
right.
It's okay. There's so many people out there.
Right.
Plenty of fish in the sea is for real.
If you ran into another person like we'll call her Shakana. For the
Hey,
sake
Shakana. No.
and hey, Shakana. And she would say, we hit each other. That's how we resolve conflict. Would you say, it's not gonna work for me, but if you think about getting counseling because everything else is in alignment, would you be willing? There's not gonna be what's that rule? Nobody's gonna be perfect,
right?
So you got to have some compromise.
The 80-20 rule.
Yeah, but not the hit. Now hitting is you can't be hitting on me. That's
you have to know what you
usually don't hit you by the hit you call you little B. There's words with it. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
No, no one's gonna be perfect.
Right.
So in my mind, I know things that I can and cannot live with.
Your deal breakers.
So that's a deal breaker for you.
That's a deal breaker for me.
So going to dating again, you got to know your deal breakers.
Yes.
So what are you guys deal breakers? I know one of yours is physical. Hitting. Anything else?
Being closed-minded. I can't be with a closed-minded individual. Like
what that look like?
Just where you're so stuck in the way you think. You're very rigid because I'm very open-minded.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can hear people's different point of views, and I hang out and I could be at a backyard boogie or opera. Like I need somebody really flexible and not just so, I only do this.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But that could be same because then it could be same with the bedroom. They only do this.
Absolutely.
True. Yeah, that can go food and all kinds of things.
Restaurants, clothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't want to eat nothing, try nothing new.
No.
Yeah.
All I do is Popeye.
So
right.
I'm glad you said that too, because culturally I grew up and considered the hood, but then I moved out and I exposed myself to other life experiences that made me more well-rounded. And I have met people who are not as well-rounded, right? But I see how they're open to it.
Right.
Like, oh man, you go there? I like to try to do that.
Exactly.
That's somebody that I can deal with because I'm not trying to change them or whatever. I'm just telling you what I do.
Right.
And you showing the interest because you want to be exposed because that's how I was. I didn't grow up like that.
Right.
Unless you got me scared, unless they're doing like you were saying, they going to the games, just saying they going to the games, don't really want to go to the games.
Right. That's why you got to ask questions and talk. Yeah. You got to do a lot of watching and talking, really talking.
You have deal breakers too?
Oh, yeah. And similar, yeah. You can't talk to me any kind of way.
Yeah.
If I just get a look, now if I get a tone just kind of off, just a meeting, we done. I'm dead serious. If you come off just kind of weird and we just met, I know when you get comfortable where you at.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I said, no, I laughed to myself there. I said, good luck with that. I've told women that. I know one woman, I just spoke to her and this is a few years, they're not doing this anymore, but she gave me the hand. And she asked me, do I know you? I told her, no, and you never will. That's what I told her. And
wait. She said,
yeah, do I know you? I just spoke to her.
Oh my God.
I just spoke to her.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I said, oh no. And so I've spent time in conversations with people and I realized, this is one of the other companies. So we talked about social, intellectual compatibility. That's another thing.
Yeah, you two are very intellectual people. So
we like to talk, have intellectual conversations. Like you said, opinions. Okay, why do you feel that way? I want to see your view. We're like that. I want to know, right? If you don't want to have those kind of conversations and like always shut down, you don't want. Okay,
it's too deep. Why do we always have to talk about deep stuff?
Yes.
When I hear that, I'll be like, what do you want to talk about then?
Right.
Some shallow, like the Kim Kardashians or whatever.
Right.
No offense.
Right.
I'm like, what do you want to talk about? Like,
right.
And that's really a block.
It is.
They don't want you to get too close because they're not healed.
Yeah, sometimes, you be dating people that's not healed too.
Yeah. Because I was on the other side of that. I've been on both sides. So I've been the person not.
You can identify it, right?
Yes, you can. one relationship was so toxic, and I was in that for quite some years. And anything close, I can feel that vibe of that person. It's like, oh, I'm so away. I don't even want to be near you in the room because I'm so repelled by that type of character or person, you know? And so I think one time with my wife now, when we were dating, only one time I was triggered by something, and we were about to go out and something happened. She got a call or something, and she said, I got to go over and do something, and left. And that was, man, it was huge for me because I've been through these kind of crazy things of that nature. And I almost wanted to walk away, but I waited. And then later we talked about it, and I told her how I felt. I said, I don't believe that's who you are because I wouldn't have lasted this long. I said, but when you did it, man, that put me in a tailspin because I've been through this kind of crazy stuff. All of a sudden, you got to go somewhere out of the blue, and just disappear kind of sort of thing. I said, I know that's not who you are, but I just wanted to let you know how I felt about it.
Okay. Because I'm just was talking to a friend about this.
Really?
Who was also divorced and dating on the other side.
Okay.
And the guy did that. So you told them how it made you feel.
Right.
What happened after that?
She understood. She said, "Oh, I'm so sorry you felt that way. Yeah, that was kind of just out of the blue, weird type of thing. They need some help with the car or something.
Mm-hmm.
A friend, but she didn't want to leave them hanging. She knew we were just dating, but they were like stuck.
Right.
The vehicle type stuff. Mm-hmm. So and that's who she is. I'm the same person, but these other experiences made me triggered me. And I'm telling you, I went and sat somewhere, and I just sat there for a long time, like contemplating what to do. I was like paralyzed because like, oh no, we're not about to do this. And when I think about it, wow, the same relationship. I'm married to the woman now, my wife, and another triggering thing happened, and it was Valentine's Day. And I won't go through all the details, but then COVID happened, and I kind of just faded to black at that point because I felt like I'm not going to let nobody do this to me again, and went on maybe a year or so, and we started talking, and then we had the conversation, and I told her why. I said, what happened? And I told her because we never talked about it. Remember, I just faded to black this time.
Right.
And so I told her, and she said, oh, no. And so she was going through some things with her mom. So this is how things turned out. But I said, man, when that happened, I immediately like, nope, this is not happening to me again. I'm not doing it. So I faded to black, but we wind up talking about it again later. Now we're married now, but you have to let people know, having the conversation, things might not be because you're just reacting to something that looks or feels more or less feels like something else.
Yeah.
And I went through so much of that in that toxic relationship. Now I'm not a one-time happened to me guy.
Right.
We talking about a long pattern of these type of things. So that one time it triggered me so bad, I was like, nope, ain't happening. And so, but now we married and we good. So we learned we got to talk about those kind of things because she had some bad relationships and same type of thing. She's like, I just felt kind of like what dude did. I said, no, that's not me. But I'm glad you brought that up so we can,
that's great.
Yeah, iron
because
that out.
Not only during the dating process, see if they're right for you. Make sure you're right for them.
That's right.
That's good.
Ask them like, what's their experiences? What do you? One of my favorite ones, because I'm in the process of getting to know somebody now, and I asked them, like, what does a relationship look like?
Yes,
for you. What does a marriage look like for you?
Mm-hmm.
Have them just talk about it.
That's good.
We all have a model of what a home should be.
Right. Model home.
Well, maybe people go on interviews. We always say, well, they trying to see if we're a good fit for them. But also, you have a time at the end say, you have a question to us. I want to make sure that you're a good fit for me.
Right.
Absolutely.
People don't realize that.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a two-way street. That's right.
Yeah, because I'm a romantic guy. It's funny. I'm sure some people will watch it like, really? Is he? No, because
really?
Right. Because at some point I kind of killed those things about me.
Why? Because that person,
being hurt,
didn't appreciate it, or
being hurt. Yeah, it's so funny now because the one relationship I was telling you about where we were so in line. One of the things that she had a problem with is that I wasn't very big on words of affirmation.
Okay.
And I had to look. I was like, oh, and she dated me before, right? She was like, you weren't like that before. And I had to take some time to think about it. I was like, oh, yeah, I had killed that, Stephen.
Because you felt that Stephen was getting taken advantage of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the sweet poems and all that stuff, and I had killed that version of me.
So part of healing is really to go back to the state you were at the beginning before all the mishap.
Ooh, yeah, that's rough.
And people, they don't
Wow.
do that. And like, so yeah, we just still, because then you don't want to lose who you are. That's who you are.
Right.
And they you just set better boundaries on the way. But to really be healed is go back to the person before the hurt happened.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So that